All right, one more video on dilations, and then we're going to be moving into similar triangles. So let's say we know the coordinates of a shape. We've got a quadrilateral. It's got 4 coordinates, A, B, C, D. They're given to us, and we know the scale factor is 1/2. So we have a reduction here, right? We want to find the vertices of the image. This works very easy. It works exactly the way that you would think that it would work. All we need to do to find the new vertices is simply multiply each x and y coordinate by the scale factor. That's it. It's super easy. So since we know that A is at the coordinate 2, 6, to find the image, we would call that A prime. A prime is simply going to be 1/2 times 2, 6. To get B prime, we repeat this process. B prime is simply going to be half of its coordinate, 5, 11. We go on to C. C prime is going to work exactly the same way. C prime is going to be half of the coordinate of C, which is 8, 11. So we have 1/2 of 8, 11. And then finally, to get D prime is going to be half of its coordinate, 8, 6. And so you're not really distributing, but you are. You're just going to distribute through into those coordinates and get your new coordinates. So A prime will be at the coordinate 1, 3. You know what, I don't need those colons, so let's just get rid of that. A prime is 1, 3. B prime, well, when you do half of 5, 11, you get some decimals. Don't be afraid of decimals. 2.5 and 5.5. That happens. C prime, you're going to get some decimals and some not. Half of 8 is 4. Half of 11 is 5.5. And then finally, D prime, you simply divide those in half as well. Half of 8 is 4, and half of 6 is 3. There's the new coordinates of our quadrilateral. Actually, it's a trapezoid, but that is the new coordinates of the quadrilateral that started with the original and then scale factor down to 1/2. Super duper easy. So on the next slide, I've got a couple example problems. I have an example problem like this one, just to help you find some vertices. It's dealing with a triangle. And then I've got a pentagon, just like the previous video. And so I'm going to switch over to that slide. I'm going to leave that slide up here only for maybe about another 10 or 15 seconds. All you need to do is pause the video, and then you can work on those. I will post those answers as well after some time has passed. So be ready for that. Don't let the video play out until you've completed the problems, because at the end of the video I will have the answers there on that last slide, and you want to see the answers until you've done the problem yourself. So make sure you do the problems. Pause this video after I go to the next slide. Pause the video, do those problems, and then push play on the video, and at the end of the video you should see the answers. If you have questions on why the answers are what they are, you can always ask me through Remind, but otherwise hopefully you'll get those right, and that'll get you a good start onto what dilations are. So here are the first 2 problems. I've got one more problem on the next slide. First, what are the coordinates of the dilated triangle? A is at 8, 2, B is at 3, 16, C is at 0, 9, and the scale factor is 3/4. What are the new coordinates? For number 2, we have pentagon heart is similar to pentagon bonus. You need to make sure you're paying attention to that. I did spin the images. We want to find the scale factor. You need to find that first, and then find the values of x, y, and z. Using the scale factor, you can find all of those. I'm going to leave this here for about 10 or 15 seconds, and then I'll go to problem number 3. All right, problem number 3. Complete the table. You have the pre-image coordinates, you have the scale factor, and then you have the image coordinates. You're given 2 of the 3. You need to find the missing 1 based on the scale factor in either the pre-image or the coordinates. So complete that table by filling in the appropriate information. Again, I'm going to leave this up there for about 10 seconds, and then I will get you to the answers. All right, you've had plenty of time to at least freeze your screens and work on the problems. It's now answer time. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1, answers. If you have any issues with any of these problems, feel free to send me a text on Remind. I can go through specifically any of these problems. I don't want to go through all the work. I don't want to make the video extra longer than it needs to be. So here are the answers, and if you have problems, let me know. Otherwise, you've got a pretty decent idea of what scale factor is. Until next time, this is Krieger.